Hola, soy Anthony Galashe, director nacional de Corporate Retail para Cricket Wireless. Estoy muy orgulloso de estar aquí con ustedes, siendo parte de este video de I Am Serious y parte de ser Hispanic Heritage Month. Espero que aprendan mucho de la cultura latina y que sientan la pasión que yo tengo por ser latino, y yo soy Cricket. I am Cricket. Que lo disfruten.
From my mother's side is Mexican descendants and Italian, and from my father's side.
I am Mexican. My mother and father are both Mexican. I was born in Mexico City, but raised in Torrance, California since I was 3-4 years old.
Born and raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico. My parents got divorced early on in the 80s, and my brother and I left with my mom to Houston to find better opportunities for her as a school teacher.
I was born and raised in Annandale, Virginia. My mom actually came working with the Venezuelan embassy, so she was there for a while, and then my father actually went to Bermuda first and then came over here for work. They were both the first in their families.
I came for vacation, and my ticket was pretty much for round trip, in and out, just a vacation. But 10 days later, I met the person who is today my husband.
Being a 12-year-old, going into a new school for the first time, and already in junior high, and not speaking the language, that was probably the biggest obstacle. But I think it also created for me a sense of mental toughness a little bit.
Both my parents faced the language barrier obstacles and not being able to obtain a college education. I was fortunate to not have as many obstacles, being the firstborn here in the U.S.
I do the best that I can at home to speak to my kids in Spanish.
Incorporating into everything that we do, music and cooking and food, and just trying to maintain the culture as much as we can.
Most of my traditions, I guess, at my house go around food. Like food, we love Mexican food, and my kitchen is very Mexican per se.
The one that comes to mind is, celebrating Christmas on Christmas Eve, not so much on Christmas Day. That's a big one.
I want, our children to be able to be raised where they can share and express their culture however they want and be able to be accepting of those of other cultures.
I think it's mostly trying to expose her, to the language as much as she resists, to learn Spanish, food, and family.
We do a wonderful job of doing big events, whether it's raising money for school, whether it's backpacks. We do a lot of different things, and what I love about that is that we're putting our money and our efforts in the community that we serve.
Cricket is a company you can be very proud of, and that I think does everything in their power to make sure that in terms of inclusion and diversity, they do everything they can.
Cricket does a good job like organizing grassroots events.
To me, it's not so much the actions and in terms of sponsorship or language. It's really being in those communities, and I think that's what speaks volumes.
I am proud of my Hispanic heritage. I am Cricket.
I'm proud of my Hispanic heritage. Yo soy Cricket.
I am very proud of my Hispanic heritage, and I am Cricket.
I am proud of my Hispanic heritage. I am Cricket.